Number 2.
Yeah. This just in, you were looking at obviously a very disturbing live shot there. That is the World Trade Center, and we have unconfirmed reports this morning that a plane has crashed into one of the towers of the World Trade Center.
We're back with dramatic pictures of an accident that has happened just a short time ago. You're looking at the World Trade Center in Lower Manhattan, where just a few minutes ago we're told that a plane, some reports are that it was a small commuter plane, crashed into the upper floors of one of the twin towers. You can see fire and flames or smoke billowing from that tower. There is a gaping hole on the north side of the building. That's the side you're seeing to the left-hand side of your screen right now, and other damage to the west side of that building, which is to
that there's any kind of an effort up there yet. Now remember, oh my God.
Oh my God.
That looks like a second plane.
Terrible.
I did not see a plane go in. That just exploded.
We just saw another plane coming in from the side.
You did. That was out of...
Yes.
Today, we've had a national tragedy. 2 airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center in an apparent terrorist attack on our country. I have spoken to the Vice President, to the Governor of New York, to the Director of the FBI, and have ordered that the full resources of the federal government go to help the victims and their families, and to conduct a full-scale investigation to hunt down and to find those folks who committed this act. By aiding and abetting murder, the Taliban regime is committing murder. And tonight, the United States of America makes the following demands on the Taliban. Deliver to United States authorities all the leaders of al-Qaeda who hide in your land. Release all foreign nationals, including American citizens you have unjustly imprisoned. Protect foreign journalists, diplomats, and aid workers in your country. Close immediately and permanently every terrorist training camp in Afghanistan, and hand over every terrorist and every person in their support structure to appropriate authorities. Give the United States full access to terrorist training camps so we can make sure they are no longer operating. These demands are not open to negotiation or discussion.
Hey, she got eyes on that contact. There's a compound right over here, to the southeast of us.
Roger, hey, we're going to break around. Make sure we're controlling the ANA so they're not wasting.
America strikes back. Afghanistan is pounded with bombs and missiles from the air and sea.
We are supported by the collective will of the world.
Homeland Security has stepped up to protect against retaliation, and bin Laden himself sends a videotaped threat to the American people.
From NBC News World Headquarters in New York, this is NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw.
NBC's Jim Miklaszewski is at the Pentagon tonight with the latest on the early strikes and the continuing action in that part of the world. Jim?
Tom, the first of these military strikes appear to have just about ended for the night, but officials here at the Pentagon say these attacks are far from over. Missile explosions light up the nighttime skies. Anti-aircraft tracers streak over the capital city, Kabul. The first wave, 50 Tomahawk cruise missiles like these, fired from U.S. and British ships and submarines. 25 warplanes off the aircraft carriers Carl Vinson and Enterprise launched strikes from the Indian Ocean. And long-range bombers dropping precision-guided weapons, B-52s, B-1s, and these two B-2 stealth bombers, seen here early this morning at Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri, flying more than 10,000 miles in 14 hours to drop their bombs. At the Pentagon, Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld announces the shooting war against terrorism is on.
The only way to deal with these terrorist threats is to go at them where they exist.
The targets, the Taliban military, air defense systems, command and control bunkers, airfields and warplanes around Kabul, Jalalabad, and Kandahar. Also, terrorist training camps of Osama bin Laden and his al-Qaeda terrorist network. But in this first wave, not bin Laden himself. But in a message released late today, apparently videotaped before the attack, a defiant bin Laden issues an ominous warning of more terrorist attacks against American targets.
And for the United States, I want to tell the United States and its people, I swear by God, by Allah, He who has raised the sky, that the United States will not have peace.
U.S. sources tell NBC News this first round of airstrikes could last 3 or 4 days. The most immediate objective, to disarm and disable the Taliban military, to permit opposition groups to take control. That would make it safer then for U.S. Special Forces to hunt down and root out Osama bin Laden and his terrorist cells.
I want to remind you that while today's operations are visible, many other operations may not be so visible.
But Rumsfeld warns today that this or any other military operation alone will not eliminate the terrorist threat.
The fact is, in this battle against terrorism, there is no silver bullet. There is no single thing that is going to suddenly make that threat disappear.